Say his name and he appears. Who am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we're taking a look at the latest name of a player that just doesn't go away. Every season, every summer, he's linked with Rovers. Is this the summer that we make the move? Well, we'll tell you in a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button. You want to subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, World Football. We're going to all here under one Roverseas, as of course, a familiar name of Championship football is back, and he's been linked with Rovers yet again. Who is it? Well, I'll tell you in just 1 second. If you know, of course, subscribe. Big shout out to the members and the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you want to support the channel, check out the links down below. He goes by the name, say it, Jerry Yates, of course. Once again, linked with Blackburn Rovers. Fresh on the back of his decent season, you would say, at Derby County. Of course, not one for many folks. Not a lot of fans value Jerry Yates, but one thing that cannot be denied, he knows how to score goals. You know, he's a nuisance. He's tall, lanky, but is he the player that Big Val wants moving forward? I don't know. Anyway, it's linked with the Football Fancast here, which of course is the link. The actual link is buried in here somewhere. But he's linked with Rovers once again. Each season we seem to come back, or his agent comes back with saying that we're one of the parties linked with him. So here he is. Cool, 175 centimeters tall. He actually looks a lot taller than that. He's 28 years of age. In his prime, his contract at Derby. He's currently on the books at Derby loan, but of course he is on the books of Swansea, and he was expected to return to Swansea with his contract expiring next season. Now, he can play up top, down the middle. That's where his bread and butter is. But he can play out on the wings as well, on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. He has got 10 goals to his name. I ain't no slouching in the Championship this season for Derby County. 42 appearances, 10 goals, 4 assists. He's been in the start 11 87% of the time for the Rams under John Eustace and Paul Warne. Of course, it was a Paul Warne signing. Of course, here's his numbers here. Of the 10 goals, 3 with his head, 2 with his left, 5 with his right. So a good sort of mixture, bag of tricks of goals there. Expected goals, 11.45 XG. 4 assists as well, 4 big chances created. 73% of his passes are successful, with 81% of his passes within his own half also successful. His attacking, his attributes are not that great. 59 for attacking, 47 for technique, and 41 for creativity. This is his heat map. Does look a little bit sporadic considering he's played 42 times. So he's not getting a lot of the ball himself, to be fair. More often than not, looks like the centre circle, where he kicks off. That's probably where he gets the most touches. That's mad. It's a mad little graphic, a little insight right there. That's his hotspot, is when he kicks off, because Derby were losing so many times. So that's some of the attributes and the numbers that contribute to Jerry Yates' success season. But you know what? Despite their struggles, they did survive. And he's chipped in with 10 goals. Hey, they ain't no slouches. Look at his repertoire here. He has played in a manner of positions, more often than not down the middle. He's played 222 times as a striker, 64 goals scored in that time, 23 assists as well. That's good numbers. It's a good return. That is, of course, across the EFL and into the non-league. He can play on the left and the right as well. And as an attacking midfielder, also chipping in. So he's a bit versatile, but he is a gamble. I'm sure he's on a bit of wage for Swansea. And he scored 41 goals at Championship level. We're just shy of 1 in every 4 goals. They're 1 in every 4 games. Of course, he had a lot of good goals, a lot of joy at Blackpool. He's also chipped in with 21 goals at League 1 and 19 goals at League 2. He's a kind of a Paul Mullen-esque sort of player with sort of good goal return, definitely in the lower leagues. Of course, moving forward, you know, he has chipped in with goals at Blackpool, Rotherham, Swansea, and now Derby. Actually outscored Swansea with his time at Derby. Moving forward, let's going to compare him to current striker. That is Makhtar Gueye. They're both similar age. Makhtar's got the height on this guy. They're both right-footed, and they both play down the middle. Honestly, I'm not really. I don't see much in this Jerry Yates that could add to Blackburn Rovers. I think we need somebody a bit more. You know, what was I trying to say here? I'm trying to say he doesn't add much. He's not a player that we could bring in to sell on for 10 million. He might have a good season. Don't get me wrong. He could get 20 goals a season, but it's one of those. It's one of those. If he has a good season, we might, you know, recoup a bit of money. But also, honestly, not for me. You know, we have seen other names linked this past couple of weeks up top, and they are definitely more exciting and definitely got more in the value of sellability. He is definitely not one of those. He's definitely of the like of Makhtar Gueye. And, I think Rovers only has a spot really for one of these kind of players. I think the other forward that we're going to bring in has to be a bit more forward thinking, a bit more creative, a bit more of a razzler and a dazzler. Yeah, not for me. Don't get me wrong, there's goals in it, and I know Jerry Yates will score goals, whether it's in the Championship with another club. I do anticipate that. I think he's probably played his last game at Swansea City. Derby could return for him, but I don't think they will either. I think he's going to play for maybe a Charlton or a club that's coming up from League One. Maybe even Birmingham go there. Probably not. I think Birmingham got a bit more money than that as well. So he's definitely at a crossroads as Jerry Yates. He's not sought after, but he can deliver the goals. So there's something in there. And again, honestly, if I were to, if you could say he's coming in on a 10 grand a week, maybe, but realistically, I think he's going to be demanding much more than that. And honestly, that's not the move that we're going to make. Quick look at the stats then before we wrap up this sucker. He's got 96 goals in 352 games, picking up a goal every 251 minutes. That's just shy of that of Makhtar Gueye. He's got a goal every 237 minutes, chipping in with 57 goals in 224 matches. He has played top flight Belgian football. He has played in the Championship, of course, got 6 goals last season. He's also played in the top flight in La France. So, yeah, I'm happy with Makhtar for the time being. Yes, he's a wild card. Yes, he's a bit of a maverick, but we do need a bit of that moving forward. As for Jerry Yates, of course, the future is out there. And again, we are linked with him. I'm not saying I don't hold the cards here, guys. I just think that he's going to playing footballs elsewhere. I think the money is not there for Rovers. We're not going to get anything on this. The only way I could see us doing this would be a loan deal. And that might work. But that would be a deal we cross on August 31st or whenever the transfer with the deadline day. You get him in on deadline day if nothing else happens. But ultimately, honestly, I think somebody else will bite his hand off before then. That's my take on Jerry Yates. We'll see what happens. But ultimately, it's just the latest name, rumoured link with Blackburn Rovers. So if you've got any others, let me know down below. Of course, we look forward to seeing who comes in, who doesn't, who leaves, who departs the shores at Blackburn Rovers. Until then, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later.